What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Her Story. We're jumping back in to find out if she killed Simon. I think she did. I think she's a fucking psychopath. But that's just me. Alright, which one? Diane, that's what I need. Oh yeah.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay. Nothing.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Glasgow. Was it Glasgow? Glasgow.
Yeah. Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX. And I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines.
Hilarious.
I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
Fennel.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Well, I would like to, but, you know, don't know how. Alright. Nothing there. Kids.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school.
Who's Doug?
They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the 2 of us. There's always been pressure.
Sounds like motive. Interesting.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a
Doug.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
What do we got on Dougie?
Yeah.
Doug,
be mad at Doug now,
Doug,
listen.
oh Doug,
They're very worried.
Doug.
I feel sorry for them. I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said,
Eleanor.
if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day. You know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. there was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
So what's your secret?
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I
No free
walked
brand
in.
deals.
Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough? 1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
Jesus.
It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful.
Oh, what?
Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. The forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
Right.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
Oh my. Why does that seems like
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
you totally intentionally dropped that. What? That was sus AF.
I got pregnant.
Oh, that's if I'm baby
Both our
pregnant.
parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Married. Baby. Pregnant. Married. I spelled those wrong. You sure did. Oh, wait.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months.
Damn.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until... Well, it was only a few months after. Then my parents died.
Jesus.
It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Married.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to.
You killed him. You're crazy.
I long time. We got married when I was 17.
17.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that. Are you married, detective?
Intriguing.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Passive-aggressive. What was the other thing? Goodbye.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Did you say Brighton?
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving.
Wedding night. I
We
hate
couldn't
that
afford
face
our
that's
own
in the
place.
background.
Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
What?
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Wait, what?
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff.
Did you find Simon's body?
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
Sus.
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body. His body. It didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut.
What the fuck?
And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses.
Did your, other personality kill him and you didn't remember?
It doesn't always work. Really? Okay. Here's the rest. Oh, they laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bones. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce a heart of stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
None of this is okay.
But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
Bitch, the fuck kind of song was that? Ya freaky bitch.
Can you imagine? I tried.
Bones and what?
I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused.
What?
I think my period stopped because hers had.
Who?
I was prettier. I mean, how could we stay the same now? Felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths.
What the hell is happening with this chick?
We had become different.
You what? Oh, hell no. I hate that. I hate that. Stop that. Okay.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it.
Come back and
I chose
stay.
it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Stop that. Miscarriage.
Yeah. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed.
What?
And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed.
Ooh.
Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
What is going on in the background here?
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications. Hannah had a miscarriage.
What the hell?
This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile.
Aren't you the same person?
Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents.
What
They were married.
is happening here?
Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
I could really use without that.
a mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Charging cradle.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaciers.
Are they... Is it supposed to be a different person?
No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know. I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana.
Ava.
But I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name. Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
Yo, we are going down a rabbit hole.
My name? That was the only question I failed.
What is it?
Your lie detector works.
What the F?
And the hotel said he was there?
What other key things do I need? Married. Let's try...
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said.
Jesus.
Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long, though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car. No, I was 15. Carl was older.
Who the fuck is Carl?
17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved.
Which person are you?
Lots of drunken teenage sex.
What the hell?
We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months.
Who's us?
It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Family. Carl.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents.
Aren't you the
There was
same
no way I could
person?
follow. So we were separated again.
What?
I stayed in the attic. It was hard.
I thought Hannah stayed in the attic.
It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs,
Jesus.
parks and alleyways.
Good God.
I was 17. It felt like I was being punished.
Punished family
It was
Carl.
Hannah who had betrayed us.
Who's us?
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed.
I'm so confused.
If anything, I was getting skinnier. I found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in.
What?
And that was the plan.
Stop doing that.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15.
Yo, you are on some wild shit. Family.
So, Carl fucked off. And
Oh.
there were other boys here and there. And then Simon.
Wait.
Differences? She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys.
Jesus.
Until Simon.
So, like, do I have to put these together?
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Ouija board.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
Alright, y'all. I think we're gonna leave this one here for now. But I think we might have to organize all these. and then get the story for each individual person, and then that puts them into their own personalities. I don't know. We're gonna come back. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out who killed Simon, which it was Hannah or whatever the fuck the rest of the name says. Anyways, if you like the video, leave a like, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace!